Today is September 29th, 2007. I'm John J. Ruppert, and I'm sitting here with the legendary Lou Gramm and Don Mancuso.
Mr. Gramm, we'd like to know about your current project.
Don and I and the rest of the guys in the band, the Lou Gramm band, we're working on a Christian rock album. It's something that I've wanted to work on for a long time, since my brain tumor was removed back in 1997. I've always felt that I wanted to write and record and perform an album that gives thanks and praise to the Lord for not only saving my life but showing me the right way to live and just putting my life in order.
What type of songs are going to be on the album?
Well, I think that it's not so much that it's going to radically change my musical style or anything, but more or less I just believe that whatever we come up with and work on and feel is worthy to go on the album probably will be there. And I think the songs in general that we've written so far are very to the point lyrically, and not kind of chasing our tail lyrically or anything. Not the type of songs you would necessarily hear on lyrically on a Foreigner album, that's for sure, or my solo albums to this point. I think that while the music has a lot of blood and guts and rhythms and great playing, the lyrics get right to the point and speak to the Lord, talk about His mighty works and basically how He's gone about changing my life.
That's great.
Along with the rest of the world, hopefully.
Yeah.
Something positive. That's the good thing about this album.
Yeah,
it's very positive.
That's right. It's definitely in that direction.
Some of the titles are like Redeemer.
Mm-hmm. Our Lord Never Fails.
Lord Never Fails. Baptized by Fire. Still have that rock edge to them, both musically and lyrically.
Mm-hmm.
But the message is more positive. Actually, Single Vision is one of the new ones.
Nice.
Who came up with a great idea for that one? I was like, well, I've been through double vision, and now I've got one vision, and I want. And I think that should be the title.
You never know.
Now, is there a date yet set?
No, there's not. We had talked about this fall, but I think it will probably be more like early spring. And we are fortunate enough to have been signed
By
Spectre Records.
Right.
Good company.
Yes, very good company, and we're looking forward to working with them to promote this album, and hopefully we're all going to be real pleased with the results.
So far it's been going real good. The original idea when we started, whatever it was, like a year or two ago on the record, we had a manager previous to this that wanted me to do like a remake type of album and do all positive like R&B stuff, remake rock, and we started out basically getting our feet wet in the studio as a band, doing, what did we do, 4 songs?
Yeah.
Songs like I Just Want to Testify, Billy Preston's
That's the Way God Planned It.
That's the Way God Planned It, which is great stellar too.
Great song.
And the way we pulled it off was incredible. So once we got those finished and we started working on our own, it was progressing so well. Once we got the deal with Spectre and the management was out, we decided that we should pursue the original end of it more so and narrow down the focus of the remake a few tunes that'll be on the album. So it's taking a little longer just to get together the other 4 or 5 tunes that we're doing now.
But we're coming to the end.
Yeah.
And we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And we're real excited about what next year will hold for us.
So I guess you guys are planning a big tour next year, start next year?
We hope so. We're not sure, having never done this before, exactly what a big tour is in the Christian market. But we're ready and willing, and we will do anything or go anywhere to promote this album. And we have a lot of good anticipation, and let's see what happens.
Great.
Get psyched myself. It should be perfect timing too. Actually, since it ran a little bit later, they were going to actually try for the end of the year. But if it came out by spring, it would be perfectly coordinated with when what we usually do starts up.
As far as touring and stuff,
right. And I think it's going to help our draw a lot more, to be perfectly honest, because people want to hear something new from them. They've been chomping at the bit for 4 or 5 years. He's done a couple guest spots on like Ian's record,
sure.
The 1D drive thing, and that's pretty much nothing that he's really started work on, piloted. This will be the first thing in a while. I think it'll get people on their feet to want to get out there.
And the best thing is, like you said, it's a positive message. I mean, a lot of music today, you just want to turn it off.
Oh, yeah.
It's a shame.
There's still some good music out there. I mean, my kids turn me on to stuff all the time. It's positive. I mean, right down to hardcore bands that are Christian rock. I mean, the singer's singing like, can't understand any of the words, but my son knows exactly what they're saying. And it's like, oh my God, he's talking about Christ and the crucifixion. Talented musicians, it's a lot different than what we do, because we do, more of an R&B based hard rock, but it's still cool in its own way that stuff's out there and getting attention from kids from 16, up.
Yeah, we're hoping that there's songs that will cross over from the Christian market to the rock market, and maybe the other way around. So it's going to be real interesting to see what happens, and we're ready to promote it, whatever arena it's in.
Right. We need more people like your company to get behind our artists.
It's the whole thing where we'll start the ball rolling. Yeah.
It's a big help, because now with the indie market being like the majority of what's out there, get the big deal in the sky and live happily ever after, no matter how good you are nowadays. You got the people out there that believe in you, which I think this has a lot of potential in that area.
That's great. Anything else you want to add about it?
Yeah, the band is comprised of myself, Don, my 2 brothers, Ben and Richard. Ben on drums, Richard on bass and guitar, Don's on lead guitar and plays some bass, and Andy Knoll on keyboards. And basically, to this point, we've been doing our own production, but to mix and finish up the songs, we're going to call in a few people to help us, just to add a little character and a little special something to some of these tracks, and that's going to be very exciting to hear happen, and just the whole process is starting to move forward now, and that's just where we want to be going.
Okay. Anything like that, Don?
Not really. I'm psyched. I'm really psyched. I just listened to the stuff the other day. Even in the form it's in right now, I mean, if people were to hear it, they'd be blown away and say, all right.
How many tracks are going to be on there? Do you know offhand?
I think 12 or 13, maybe.
Yeah, that's what we're shooting for, is 12 or 13. Right now, I think we have, depending on how many of the original ones from the original sessions that we did, it's around 13. But we may eliminate one
good title, The Chosen.
Yeah.
I think The Chosen Few was a movie.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. Good movie, too.
I think when I started out years and years ago, definitely my biggest influence was the Beatles. I still remember the first time I heard the Beatles. I was supposed to be asleep in my room, and I had a little small portable radio with little batteries in it, and I had the local AM station, and they played "Love Me Do," and I was just crushed that it was so good. And after that, I began listening to the Beatles and the whole first British invasion, and loved all of that stuff, especially the Beatles. But not too far along after that came the Motown invasion, and people like the Temps and the Four Tops, and Aretha Franklin. And I was also taken very heavily with that. So those are definitely my earliest influences.
What advice do you have for a young musician starting out in the business?
I would say I would give them, a word or two that as time goes on, it's even more and more difficult business to get into. That you should actually know the business as well as the music as you progress into doing it professionally. Because you actually may have to run your own business, and I think that not a bad way to start out is having your own business and selling your songs via computer and
Internet.
yep. And then if you have a modicum of success there, maybe get picked up by an indie label or something. It's not a bad way, as opposed to continually pitching your demos towards record companies and ultimately being disappointed as they refuse them, because it doesn't mean that you or your songs or your production is bad. They just may be swamped.
Do you remember the best advice you ever received?
Be in before 1 in the morning, or get your car keys taken away. That advice came from my dad, by the way.
Smart man. Smart man.
What do you like best about the business you're in?
I think the freedom to create, and that your personality is able to be inflicted not only on your music but your stage presence.
And if you could, what would you like to change about the business?
I would like to simplify it a little bit, and maybe hear more diverse radio, so that there could be many other styles of music that you would be able to see up and coming musicians perform, so that they could be heard.
That's a great answer. If you didn't become a musician, what other profession do you think you could do, or would you see yourself doing?
This one's easy.
Yep. Well, I don't know. I was studying to be a history teacher, probably a 9th or 10th grade history teacher, and my parents at that age insisted that I have a fallback plan, because I was intent that I was going to make something out of myself in music, and they were always giving me the other side. What if you don't? So by going at least 2 years to school and getting a 2-year degree, I had a fallback plan that if I struggled and just decided to do it as a hobby and get a real job, that I would have something going for me.
Do you have a favorite song of yours that you've written over the years?
I like Midnight Blue.
Who do you listen to today? If we were to go in your car, who will we hear?
Well, I have 7.5-year-old twins, and well, I've turned them on to the Beatles, and that's allowed me to update my Beatles collection to CDs. And we have Beatles CDs scattered all over the car. And we listen to Beatles album top to bottom wherever we go. And when we've played through all of them, after a 8 or 10 day period, we start from the top again. And they're at a point now where they sing along with every single song, and they know every word.
Yeah, we just got through loading up their iPod with the whole collection.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So when we're on an airplane, if they come and travel with me, if we take a vacation, that they could be on the airplane, just listening.
Great invention, the iPod.
Yeah, it is.
Keep your whole record collection in a box this big.
Thank you very much for your time, Mr. Gramm.